Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's Dan, and you're listening to
The ProBoh Show!
Good morning out there in Radioland. It is 8:30 a.m. on this, the 8th of June. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Of course, you're listening to me and Dan live. A nice 20 degrees centigrade outside. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well.
You are actually in on time this morning. What's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, my most productive hour of the day interrupted by young Daniel getting in on time. How are you doing? How was the weekend, man?
It was a good weekend. I
Good.
went to the book fair.
Ah, cool.
Yes.
Cool. Did you buy any books?
No.
No, not a single one.
Why?
Why? What's the point? I'll watch some movies when they come out. What did I do? I got so drunk on Friday. So drunk. Unbelievably drunk. And then on Saturday, I went for a nice dinner with my girlfriend's sisters and their partners. And then Sunday, I slept. I'm not kidding, Dan. All day. Like all day. I think in total, I had maybe nearly 11 hours sleep. Unbelievable. I don't know whether that's a consequence of my age or the heat or the drinking or both or all three. Who knows? Let's see who's joining us live right now. We've got the Bridge here. She says, good morning, my beautiful Bonnie Bouncy Bohemians. And of course, Bonnie Bouncy, beautiful Bob, and darling dashing Dandy Dan Dan the radio man. I'm up and crushing, but I made it. I'm so happy. Yeah, you were the first in the chat this morning. Congratulations to you, Mrs. Bridge. Vero's here. She says, good morning, beautiful Bohemians around the universe and beyond. The grand opening of Ritual Restaurant was a huge success. It was packed both days. We hope to see you there someday. Ritual's getting a lot of advertisement. I wonder if that could be exchanged for any food. Who knows? BTI's here. Good morning, folks. How you doing, BTI? You've nicked our temperature. It's 14 degrees up there in the north. My God. Yeah, last night was hot. It felt hot. I don't know. And I got bitten to death by mosquitoes, dude. Desperate situation. Anyway, shall we see what's coming up in today's show? Today we're talking about love and relationships. No. We're talking about, with our 100 humans, well, specifically, we asked them a question. We asked them to name a gift you buy for your romantic partner. Name a gift you buy for your romantic partner. And our unpopular opinion today is absence does not make the heart grow fonder. What a weird turn of phrase. I'll explain more of that as we go, but the general gist, the cut and thrust, la ausencia no hace que el corazón quiera más, is the direct translation, but I think it would be more natural in Spanish to say la ausencia no hace crecer el cariño. You know, I think it's probably more natural to say it like that, right? Yeah, but that's an idiom we have in English-speaking countries. Absence makes a heart grow fonder, but I say bullshit. Absence does not make the heart grow fonder. But anyway, more on that later. I'm here, you're here, Dan's here. Our amazing, sexy, delicious audience are here. Our analog audience are listening. Let's see what's going on in the world. Let's talk about being old, shall we? A subject that's on my mind this week. Well, being old. Specifically being over 40. Over 40 and looking for a job. ¿Tienes más de 45 años y estás buscando trabajo? AI thinks you might be too old. This is from Fizz.org. La IA cree que podría ser demasiado mayor. Oh, Dan. Do you think 45 is too old to be looking for a job?
Personally?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we should all be retired by 45. Of course, that would make me retired already, wouldn't it? As people live longer and healthier lives, oh my God, whoever wrote this article hasn't spent more than 5 minutes with me. As we are living longer and healthier lives, the workforce is aging too, but hiring practices have not caught up. This article argues that AI may be making the problem worse. Drawing on research into ChatGPT, the author shows how age bias can appear in seemingly simple hiring tasks. Bias is sesgo, right, Dan? Yeah.
Yes.
So age bias, how artificial intelligence bots that a lot of companies are using now to filter potential clients or potential candidates, how it may have an age bias. When asked what age group an employer in tech should target for workers with enthusiasm and new ideas, ChatGPT suggested people aged 21 to 45, leaving out older candidates. It also produced a job ad that ad language that like fail fast and fast moving and a fresh perspective in terms that subtly signal to older workers that they are not welcome. The biggest concern is that AI becomes more common in recruitment, performance management, and workplace training. These biases could scale up and become harder to detect. The article says current laws are not keeping pace, especially because age discrimination is rarely reported, and AI-driven biases can be difficult to spot. I often say this, don't I, that the only ism that we seem to tolerate is ageism. Right? We seem to tolerate ageism. Oh, you're too old to go to festivals. Aren't you too old to be wearing that? We seem to tolerate ageism. And the weird thing of all the isms, we will all be old one day, hopefully, you know. Oh, it's too late for me. I'm already there. Come in, guys. The water's warm. It points to the EU AI Act as one example of a stronger regulatory approach and argues that employers, not just workers, should bear more responsibility for preventing discrimination. The central message is clear. If AI is allowed to shape workplace decisions without proper oversight, older workers could face even greater barriers to keeping and finding jobs. Yeah, that's a worry to me. It's a worry to me as I get older, like my tasks will be automated out of existence. You know, maybe not this one. You know, I don't think you could get an AI chatbot, no matter how prevalent and how prolific, to bullshit as much as I do professionally. Right. It's a skill. It's a skill honed over years of bullshitting. Anyway, shall we continue? Let's dig into this. Oh, God, I did look for a pronunciation key of this word. No, we're going to skip. We're going to do this piece of news about quiet hour. Why businesses are offering quiet hour. ¿Por qué las empresas están ofreciendo la hora tranquila? Do you know what the quiet hour, la hora tranquila, is?
I think so.
Go on, tell me.
It's something related to autism, right?
Oh my God, Dan, give yourself a ProBoh approved.
Every day we go to the Carrefour and they advertise it.
Really?
Yes.
Where? That's because there is no quiet hour for me. I've always got my podcasting. Really? They advertise it? Where do they advertise it?
There are posters.
Carteles?
Yes.
Seriously? I'm ad blind.
I think it's from 4 to 5.
4 to 5.
I don't know which hours there.
Give yourself a ProBoh approved, Dan. Look at that.
ProBoh approved.
How a sensitive Dan. Oh, my chest swells with pride, Dan. Ah, yeah, Dan. Can I be honest with you? I'm 48 years old. I don't look at signs, man. I have, through years of exposure, become ad blind to anything written anywhere. Unless it's in a book in front of me, I'm not looking at it. So yeah, why businesses are offering quiet hour? ¿Por qué las empresas están ofreciendo la hora tranquila? Okay, well, apparently I knew about this. I had no idea why or what it was for. All I will say is when reading the title, I thought, oh, yes, please. Which makes me ask, where am I on the spectrum? Because it sounds wonderful. More businesses and public spaces in Germany are introducing a quiet hour to make everyday life easier for people with invisible disabilities. During these periods, lights are dimmed, music is turned off, announcements are kept to a minimum, and other sources of sensory overload are reduced. You know what they could do in the Carrefour, Dan? Take down those damn posters. Too much sensory overload for Uncle Rob. The idea is to support people whose nervous systems can become overwhelmed by the noise, movement, and stimulation of places like supermarkets, furniture stores, museums, and leisure venues. Yes, I am sick of the constant sensory overload, the bombarding of lights and music at museums. And all museums quiet. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. For people with autism, ADHD, chronic pain, chronic fatigue, or certain psychological conditions, these changes can mean the differences between participating in public life and avoiding it altogether. How does this sound to you, Dan? You a fan of this initiative?
I just don't mind.
Can we make every hour quiet hour? In fact, can we do the opposite of this? Can we have exciting hours and the rest of the time have the lights dimmed and the sensory overload like somewhat mitigated by, I don't know, calming music or something? The sound of the ocean? No, then everybody would need to pee. That's not good. But yeah, shouldn't that be the norm? Here's me, old man, screaming at clouds, you know, thinking outside the box. Why can't it all be quiet hour? Do we need constant sensory overload as part of our everyday experience on the planet? Doesn't it sound wonderful to stroll through your supermarket with dimmed lights, no music, announcements kept to a bare minimum? I want that to be every single shopping experience. Have you been in a supermarket with a quiet hour, Dan?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. And how was it? Beautiful, I imagine.
The only difference was that the lights were
dimmed.
Yes.
No music.
No.
No Mercadona. No, in quiet hour it's Mercadona. Mercadona. It sounds amazing, dude. Please sign me up. In fact, make it all quiet hour and make it quiet time full stop and give me exciting hours for people, you know, who don't listen to enough podcasts. I don't know. Mike's here. Hi, guys. I wish we were a quiet hour on the metro. Yeah, dude. You're saying, Dan, even at 6:30, it's packed on the metro.
Yes.
Line 10 should be. I'm sure that's against the Geneva Convention. I'm sure there should be some kind of UN commission sent to investigate the crowded nature of Line 10. It is the worst. Anyway, enough editorializing. Let's finish. What began as an accessibility initiative is also helping raise awareness more broadly. Supporters say the goal is not to create calmer environments, but also to make invisible disabilities better understood. In Germany, retailers such as IKEA, Rewe, okay, just understand these pronunciations of these shops. It's coming out of an English mouth. So if you're German listening, crying, laughing, good, I'm happy I could provide some entertainment. Retailers such as IKEA, Rewe, and Edeka, along with museums and other venues, are now taking part. Organisers argue that while many people enjoy a quieter environment, quiet hour is especially important for those who experience real sensory overload, pain, or social exclusion. The initiative shows how small changes in public spaces can make inclusion more practical and more humane. I'm a big fan. But yeah, again, don't you think there's too much sensory overload anyway in society, Dan? I mean, you've never known any different than pop-up ads. It's like I feel like the world is a big pop-up ad now. Why do we have to be marketed to 24/7? I mean, we don't earn enough money to buy all the things that are shown to us. Why are we being marketed to 24/7? It's exhausting. Anyway, sensory overload, says Bridge, is something that overly affects me since I came back. I cannot take noise. Yes, please, she says, please bring it on. Yeah, me too. I didn't even go anywhere. I just don't like all the constant distractions there are in the world. I mean, think about it. You walk down the street, you're seeing billboards, bus signs, like, oh God, just chill. Everybody just chill the hell out. I've only got so much money in my wallet to exchange for goods and services. Just chill out. Anyway, on that note, friends, let's go to an unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, today's unpopular opinion, today's brain fart, today's pedocerebral, pedomental is absence does not make the heart grow fonder. Okay, so yes, in English we have a refrain, a saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah, the idea being that the less time you spend with the person you love, the more you love them. Have you ever had a long-distance relationship, Dan?
No.
Do you think reputationally they have the reputation of being very successful things?
No.
No, they don't, do they? But, Dan, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And of course, I know you're screaming at your radio right now, going, wait, I know Pepe and Peppa, they met on some dating app and they were long distance and it worked. The reason you know about Pepe and Peppa is because they are the exceptions that prove the rule. I know of a couple that went long distance for like a year or two and that they succeeded. I know about 10 that didn't. It's just the same phenomenon of the lottery or the newspapers like writing articles about the lottery winners but not about the millions and millions of losers, and it gives you a false sense of success or chance of success. These things, like long-distance relationships, are famed to be unsuccessful, aren't they? So why is this? Why do we have the sense that absence makes the heart grow stronger? I have no idea. But how do you think they voted on Instagram, Dan?
I think they voted false.
You think they voted false? The absence does make the heart grow fonder.
Then I think it's always the negative.
The negative one's confusing.
Then I think it's true.
You think they said, yeah, true. It's BS. That's a BS piece of advice. They voted false, Dan. They voted false. My sweet summer children. Although, don't get me wrong, in many of my past relationships, I would have loved my girlfriends more if they'd have been much further away. I'm sure they thought the same of me. I just don't think practically, it can be true. So let's get into the false arguments saying, yes, it does make the heart grow fonder. So absence can make the heart grow fonder. Let me just give you a translation. The direct translation, albeit a little nonsensical, is La ausencia no hace que el corazón quiera más. But, yeah, in a more natural way, you might say, La ausencia no hace crecer el cariño. So false, disagreeing with that statement. Here we go. 63% of people said false. Distance creates appreciation. People often don't realize how much someone means to them until they're gone. Do you know what we call that in the vernacular, Dan?
How?
Too late. Too late. Learn to appreciate the people around you while they're still there, dummy. I don't know. Appreciation can quickly fade if absence becomes prolonged enough. That's the thing, I think. Absence makes the heart grow stronger. I remember I was dating a girl who went to study in Los Angeles. Dude, it was doomed to fail. I knew it, but, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like a year and a half in. It just happens. It's natural, look. Especially in this day and age, where everyone's swiping. Only one swipe away from the next love, right? Let's continue. Familiarity can breed complacency. Constant presence can lead to taking each other for granted. Time apart can restore perspective. Yeah, I mean, there could be some truth to that, but healthy relationships don't really require separation to remain valued, do they? I mean, it's, shockingly few, I think, relationship therapists would say, you know what you guys need? You need to spend some time away from each other. Like, give it a couple of years. Oh, maybe they do. What the hell do I know? 3, longing strengthens attachment. Missing someone can intensify emotional connection and desire. Longing can also be an attachment to the idea of someone rather than the reality of them, though, right? And isn't a lot of that longing, let's be frank, look, you're talking to Uncle Rob here, right? Kids, earmuffs. Isn't a lot of that longing physical desire, if you know what I'm saying? And just as much as it can intensify the emotional connection with someone, It can intensify it, but it can also teach you a pretty good lesson on how easy it is to live without them. Hang on a minute. I can watch 24/7 Forged in Fire at home now. Come on. Scarcity increases value. People often value things when access is limited. I mean, yeah, that is true for things like diamonds and gold. But those are objects. I mean, they're not the complexity of human relationships. We require attachment, don't we? Time apart encourages independence. Partners can develop individually while remaining committed, leading to a healthy relationship. Oh, God forbid we should be committed in our relationships. That's the last thing we want, isn't it? I mean, growth can happen, of course. Of course, growth can happen, but so can growing apart, can't it? Many relationships survive distance. Military couples, international couples, and separated families often report that distance deepened their appreciation for one another. Okay, and again, I'm going to go back to survivor bias. We hear about successful cases more than the vast majority that fail. We hear about them and they're newsworthy, particularly because they are so rare. We survived long distance. And let's talk about survive. What were the rules, you know? Were you in a relationship when you were talking and because you were in a different area code, let the cards fall as they may? I don't know. I don't want to be too skeptical here, so let's get into the pro column, where people agreed, saying yes, it doesn't make the heart grow fonder. In fact, saying that absence usually weakens feelings. Emotional closeness is often built through shared experiences, communication, and physical presence. Without regular interactions, bonds gradually fade. There's the reality, folks. Without a regular closeness, building a relationship through shared experiences and communication and physical presence, even, yes, physical touch, the bonds will gradually fade. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm completely anti-romantic. I mean, there's time apart and there's time apart, isn't there? There's a 2-week trip away with the girls, and then I'm going to move to Australia for a couple of years. You know? Out of sight, out of mind. Humans naturally focus on what's in front of them. New people, routines, and priorities often replace old attachments. Yeah. Look, if you've moved away to another country and all of a sudden your girlfriend is she's taking yoga classes with Steve, and Steve is so flexible. Oh my God, Steve can do such great. I wish I was as flexible as Steve. Yeah, forget about it, dude. Forget about it. Next plane home. Sorry, I don't mean to be so glib, but we did do some pretty serious topics next week, and I did decide I was going to have some fun today. 3, familiarity fuels intimacy. Real relationships depend on ongoing knowledge of one another's lives. Long absences can create emotional distance and make people feel like strangers. I mean, look, yeah, without that constant checking in. And I know you can check in online, but it's different, isn't it? It's different to actually witness someone's daily routine and just hear about it. And God, if you have the slightest proclivity towards jealousy, forget about it. It's game over, man. It's game over. If you are even the slightest bit of a jealous person, game over. Forget about it. Dude, I dated someone where I went to work. She thought I was cheating on her. Idealization isn't affection. Missing someone isn't necessarily loving them more. Once you're missing a memory, a fantasy, or a version of the person that no longer exists, you're missing a memory. You're not missing the person. What you're doing is just gradually feeling the grief of the relationship that is lost. And sure, you can extend that out a little bit, I guess. Final point. Here we go, Dan. I don't mean to date. If you're currently in a long-distance relationship, I'm talking about everyone's long-distance relationship except for yours. Yours is going to last. You're the best. Okay, let's continue. Long-distance relationships fail. The challenge of distance often outweigh the benefits, suggesting that absence is more likely to weaken than strengthen relationships. Well, of course. If you're in the game of building bonds, bonds are better built in person. My God, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Were you a true or a false today, Dan?
I was true.
That you think it's BS? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, let's see what people are saying here, but we're going to do that right after the commercial break. Of course, I'm going to post a poll in our chat, and you guys will tell me, yes, we're working in the confusing negative today. So you will agree or disagree, true or false. True, agree, disagree, false. Absence does not make the heart grow fonder. Quite often, it makes the eyes wander. Oh my God, I am a poet. All right, friends, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Do remember to vote, and I'll see you in 4 short minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It's now 9 a.m. Central European Time, and you're joining me and Dan live. All right, what have you missed if you just tuned in? Where were you? We were talking about an interesting article from, was it Fizz.org? Yes, it was. And how if you're over 45 and looking for a job, something that has long been a bit of a menace in the employment market, ageism or age bias, how AI could be exacerbating that. Obviously, the proliferation of AI tools in recruiting now, I mean, it's ubiquitous. I think everybody's using them to filter through resumes and applications. And perhaps if you're over the age of 35, studies show now many AI bots are not showing any kind of, I don't want to say any preference to, because we don't want any preference at all, right? We want it to be fair and balanced and even and independent of race, gender, any of the isms out there. It seems to be. And why is this, Dan? Why are we so tolerant of ageism? Why do you think?
I don't know.
Is it because everybody hates older people, older generations? See, I'm in my middle age, so I love everyone. Yeah. But have you ever used the phrase, okay, boomer?
Yes.
All right, there you go. I think that's what it is. And it's weird. It's weird. Ageism is weird because one thing we can all guarantee, look, I'll never be black, I'll never be a woman, hopefully, I'll never suffer from any real disability, but I will be old. That's almost a guarantee, isn't it? The longer you live on the planet, the older you get. However, we all we all seem to tolerate it to a degree that, quite frankly, it's quite sad, We've lost the reverence for older people and replaced it with indifference. And quite often, now with the prevalence of the okay boomer type mentality, almost, where they almost annoy people now. And it makes me sad. Anyway, I hope that's not the case for you. Older people do offer a lot of wisdom that can be shared. All right, should we get into the next one? It was Quiet Hour. Dan actually knew what this was. You're going to have to point out the posters about Quiet Hour, Dan. I said to him, if you missed the first part of the show, do you know what Quiet Hour is, Dan? And he's like, yes, the supermarket we regularly go to, you and I, have one from 4 to 5. And I'm just proving to myself how ad blind I am. I don't look at anything that's not right directly in front of me. But yeah, it's there to promote awareness to those invisible disabilities and help those people live more or share time in more public spaces. Here's my thing. I want quiet time all the time. Give me an exciting hour that I can avoid like the plague and let me have just time in every public space without having to endure noise and sensory overload. That sounds wonderful. Please and thank you. And then we moved into today's unpopular opinion. So, absence does not make the heart grow fonder. You still have time to vote. Wow. Okay. There was one comment that appeared in the chat. I'm going to read it later that I think completely threw the vote in one particular direction. But I'll get into it in a while. So, absence does not make the heart grow fonder. La ausencia no hace crecer el cariño. I get it right now. If you're voting false on this one, saying, no, yes, absence does make me love more. I get it. You're driving in the car right now, and your husband sat next to you. You're looking at his stupid face, and you're thinking, I would love you so much more if you weren't here right now. I get it. I get it. Do you think that's what's happening, Dan? Or do you think there is some truth to that old tale, that old refrain that absence makes the heart grow fonder?
No, I don't think it's through that refrain.
Yeah, no, me neither. Me neither. Saying, we would say, commonly, colloquially. Let's see what people are saying. Vero says false. The farther away someone you love is, the more you feel their absence. Do you know what that is? Grief. That's what that is. I'm positive. Look, I don't have a degree in psychology, but that's what I think it is. You are grieving the absence of that person. And like all grief, it fades in time. Oh, that's not something you want to hear, is it? Because, I don't know, your partner is away studying or working for a year. You don't want to hear that, but that's where it is. Or maybe not. Look, I'm being glib. I'm just trying to push you all in a certain direction. Ignore the nasty man. But thank you, Vero. Good comment. So this is the comment, I think. After this comment was posted, the vote flew in one very specific direction. Mike says, Spanish writer Antonio Gala said, distance is to love like wind is to fire. It extinguishes the small flame, but stokes the bright one. It's a beautiful. Can we get a ProBoh approved, please, for Mike?
ProBoh approved.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think so, though. I mean, I'm sorry it'd be so practical and pragmatic, friends. What, Dan? What did you just say under your breath then?
No. I didn't say nothing.
It was something like, will someone come into this studio and shoot him, please? Something like that. Look, I don't want to yuck your yum. I know you're all feeling romantic in there in the chat. But the truth of the matter is, a relationship is not built on VoIP calls and video chats, is it? It's built on spending time together, the touch, the smell. There's something chemical about a human relationship. I mean, I've done long distance before. And I know what you're thinking out there. You're thinking, yeah, with your attitude towards long distance relationships, no wonder it didn't work. Back then, I was a little more of a sweet summer child like you. And I thought anything can last. This love can last. And then eventually what happened? Well, we both grew apart, didn't we? We both grew apart. I grew here in Madrid. She grew in Los Angeles, made new friends, new experiences. And our lives pulled us in different directions. And as the French would say, c'est la vie. That's life. And of course, there was that intense kind of 6 months of absence, loss, or as I would describe it, grief. Right? The feeling of absence, that someone's not there, like a phantom limb. But, you learn to live with the pain until the pain eventually goes. I mean, that's what grief is, isn't it? Yeah. Look at Uncle Rob. Dan, destroying relationships one relationship at a time, Dan. That's what I'm doing. And of course, I'm not talking about, listener, look, sit a little closer. I'm not talking about your long distance relationship. Yeah, yours. No, yours is one of the good ones. I'm talking about the other ones. All right. I think I got away with that, Dan. Okay. Con says, wait, Rob's not black? Gasp, I feel betrayed. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, I'm not. Sorry. I'm sorry. For all those of you that thought I was. Bohemian Rhapsody reference. Preheated Peony. How you doing? What's up, God, dude? Welcome to the chat, by the way. The bridge says, was the Nivelazo for Antonio Gala? It was for Antonio Gala, but also shared with Mike in the chat. By the way, I started going out with Cristobal in 1987. We got married in 1989. He spent 9 months away in the military. I don't want to know what the rules of engagement were, right? And I know there are relationships out there. We hear about them all the time. The long distance relationships that work. And you know what we call that? We call that survivor bias. The reason we hear about those stories and those stories are pushed and told is because they are the exceptions to the rule. They are unique. They are noteworthy. And that's why we tell them. Dan's writing something here. I'm terrified. Go on, Dan. What are you saying? Is this something I can read on air? Is you? Yeah, no, she's not. She's not, Dan.
No, just to know why this them today.
Dan, if my girlfriend was going away, you believe I'm not doing this topic. I'm doing the exact opposite. And I'm on board with the false people. But look, I'm just trying to stir the pot, Daniel. I'm just trying to encourage some debate. Anyway, so there you go. Those are our opinions. Let's look at some thoughts and ideas I got on Instagram. Instagram, by the way, voted false. 63% false. That did shift a little bit, but it's come back down to 63. All right, let's take a look at some Instagram messages I received. Sebastien Leroux. Been brushing up on my French pronunciation. Honestly, for most relationships, absence just creates distance. Out of sight often becomes out of mind. Oh, very good. If we're looking for refrains, right, sayings, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see something, well, eventually you forget about it. Oh, but human relations, you just say human relationships were nuanced and complex. Oh, shush. It's Monday morning. Kayla Morrison says, I think it depends on the relationship. Sometimes absence makes you appreciate someone more. Sometimes it does the opposite. Of course, speaking a little more rationally, of course it does. But the question is, can you sustain that appreciation without it turning into bitterness? Why aren't they here? Why have they chosen this instead of me? You know? I mean, that happens. That's, generally why long-distance relationships don't work. The jealousy takes over, right? Or you feel underappreciated or undervalued. Andre Popper. Wow, great name. Andre Popper. I've seen more friendships fade because of distance than grow stronger because of it. Yeah. I think friendships are a little... Oh, God. Oh, this is going to get me buried, Dan. It's true, though. I've seen more friendships survive distance than I have relationships. In fact, I have some very close friends. I have two very close friends in the UK. My mate Will. If you're listening, Will, shave your head. It's time. And also my mate Wayne. And now, Will, to be fair, I do keep up with, at least once a month, we'll catch up and we'll have a good video chat. Wayne, I only ever see when I go back to the UK, which is not that frequent, as you know. And when I spend time with him, it's like we were never separated. And obviously, we've both grown and changed so much over the last 30 years since we were hanging out regularly. But still, it's like the first day again. Friendship seem to be immune to this, which makes me think the two things are not the same. I don't think a romantic relationship is the same, requires the same level of care as a friendship. I think it requires more. I think a friendship is a cactus, and I think a romantic relationship is an orchid. It requires constant care, right? Aren't we always saying on here that relationships aren't supposed to be easy? They require hard work. Were you supposed to work at a relationship? Of course you are. Of course you are. And you can't do that work if the other person is halfway across the globe. Or, in another city or town or... Lucia Fuentes says, a little absence can build appreciation, but too much absence just weakens the connection. I think that's maybe where we draw the line here, isn't it? How much absence are we talking about? I think when it's like under a year, anything can survive under a year, can't it? But over a year, oof, I'm not sure. Anyway, sorry, I hate to be a dark cloud on your relationship, whether it be long distance or not. So let's get to the results of the poll. Did the bad man win? Let's see, shall we? So I made the statement. I should stop calling myself the bad man. That's surely for the haters to do, isn't it? So I made the statement that absence does not make the heart grow fonder, and you guys said 80% false. Can I be honest with you all? It is a bit false, isn't it? I mean, come on, Dan. I mean, we're talking about absence, right? Just because someone lives in another country, another city, doesn't mean you can't go out and visit them. Doesn't mean that, like, technology has moved on, like, so far from the days of if someone moved away, you had to send them a carrier pigeon. Come on. I mean, technology has moved on further than that. But then, there is some truth to the idea that survivorship bias, that survivor bias, where we only really hear about the successful ones, and it gives us an inflated idea of success. Long distance relationships, like any relationship, requires a lot of work, don't they? I mean, they require a lot of work, and they require a level of commitment, I think, maybe even beyond the pale. Doesn't mean that they're never going to be successful, does it? But on aggregate, absence does not make the heart grow fonder. I don't think it does. I think what you experience is a little bit of grief. So whereas I do kind of agree that it's not necessarily a death sentence, the idea of someone moving away or not being able to spend time with that person, it's not necessarily a death sentence. But I don't think it makes the love grow. I think what you experience is the first part of grief, and that's sad. Because as we know, grief is the one emotion that points us towards the things that we really do love. I don't think it increases the amount we love them, though. But on that note, my friends, you know what Grandpa Bo would say about that, right? He'd say, Rob, that's just an opinion, and opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one, they all stink, including mine. Let's move on to today's 100 Humans. Oh my God. It was a long walk to work today across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk I encountered 100 humans and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name a gift you would buy for your romantic partner. Nombra un regalo que le comprarías a tu pareja romántica. Name a gift you would buy for your romantic partner. I asked them that question, they gave me their answers. I'm in possession of the top 7 answers. Your job in the audience is to identify those top 7 answers. Big thanks to Nelsie, Tigre Devil, Anna Kassan, Ivan GP, Ivan Samroff, Lau Sweden, etc. And many, many others. I don't have that much time to waste today. But I do. If I didn't read out your name, believe me, even though you're very far away, I love you. I love you more because you're far away. But I'm not going to read your name because I don't have time. All right. Let's see. Con says, a book. Un libro. A book. Oh, hang on a minute. Dan, name a gift that you buy for a romantic partner.
Now I should say a book.
Come on.
Flowers.
Flowers. Vero agrees with you. So does Lau Sweden and Ivan Samroff. Flowers. Is flowers there? Flores. Yes, it is. Well done. 27 of 100 humans said flowers. It's the number one answer. Oh, my God. Okay. Con said a book. Un libro. Book. Is a book there? No, it's not. Wap, wap, wap. I think that's a very romantic gift. A book. Depends on the book, doesn't it? 50 Shades of Grey. Wap, wap. The Kama Sutra. Ding. I don't know. But for what? Like a birthday or a holiday? Look, we're not being too specific here, Con. Whatever. For whatever. Vero says chocolates. Chocolates. Is chocolate there? Yes, it is. Well done. Oh, on fire. Look at this. Third most popular answer. 14 of 100 humans said chocolates. She also says a ring. Un anillo. A ring. Keep it clean down in there, please. Is a ring there? You know what? I'm going to give it to you. Dan's not going to like it. Dan's not going to like it. I'm going to give you this. But a ring belongs in the family of what items, Dan?
Jewelry.
Jewelry. Well done. Hoyas is there. 15 of 100 humans said jewelry, ring, bracelet. Is a watch jewelry, Dan? You're saying no, right? Oh, come on, Dan.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, look, I'm sorry, Ivan GP and Anna Kassan, but Dan thinks a watch doesn't belong in jewelry. I think it does belong. You can get watches in jewelry shops, dude.
Casio is a jewelry. What?
It's not all jewelry. Not all jewelry is good jewelry. Damn. Do you have a Casio watch?
No.
You have a digital thing.
Yes, but I don't consider it jewelry.
Yeah, I don't know, but watch it. You tell me in the chat. Is a watch an item of jewelry or not? Am I going crazy here? But you can, or at least you could, buy watches in jewelry shops. Anyway, let's not chat, Dan. We've got a radio show to get through. Well done, Vero. She eventually got to jewelry there. All right, let's take a look at our friends on Instagram. Nelsie said, a trip, un viaje, a vacation. Unas vacaciones. Is vacation there? You know what the best kind of vacation is, Dan, right? Staying at home and going to a music festival. I'm good at gifts. I'm trying to... Is a vacation there? Yes, it is. Well done. That's my friend Nelsie, a Vaughan favourite. Okay. Can I just say there are some weird gifts here? Like, Tigre Devil says, a bike lock? Cerradura por un bici? Look, I don't know what you're going to do with it. In your late night activities, how you're going to employ this bike lock for it to be a sexy or emotional gift for your partner. Just make sure there's a safe word. Pumpkins, let me out. Oh,
Cancelled.
Cancelled. Okay, I earned my cancelled. I can be happy now. Anna Kassan, a digital watch. If I knew you would like one, can I just say, I've got a digital watch and I love it. I use it less to tell the time than I do to measure my footsteps, but still, super useful. It's a good gift for the man in your life. You've got one too, Dan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, it's the best. I love my digital watch. You know, I never wore a watch my whole life. I was gifted watches, never wore them. This is the only watch I've ever been able to wear over a prolonged period of time. And Ivan GP said a watch as well. He said a watch, a tablet, and a bouquet of flowers. It's endless. Oh, Ivan GP's lucky partner there. Romantic dinner, says Vero in the audience. Is dinner there? Una cena, a romantic dinner. Yes, it is. Well done. Let me try and prompt a few answers from you. A few of these do appear on Instagram, but I really want to play with you guys. This one is just a weird gift. It's the kind of gift that says, you stink. But we still buy it, don't we? It's supposed to be a romantic gift, a good Valentine's Day gift. But if you buy it, you're kind of saying, the way you smell, not too big a fan. Try this. What am I talking about, Dan?
Cologne.
Cologne or?
Perfume.
Perfume. Well done, Daniel. Well done. Perfume, colonia. Well done.
I still don't know the difference between those two.
The spelling. I don't know the difference, dude. I don't know the difference between kind of cologne and toilet water, eau de toilette. What's the difference? I think it's the intensity of the smell, maybe. I don't know. Someone did try and explain it to me once, but I was only feigning attention, Dan. There you go. And the final one is supposed to be something you buy for a romantic partner. But you never know. Look at that. Vero got cologne or perfume as well. But you never know if they're going to like it or not, because you have different tastes. It's not something you keep as much as something you wear. Oh, I've given it away with wear, haven't I? Usually, it's something your gran buys you and it's ill-fitting and scratching. What am I talking about, Dan? Something you wear. What's a collective term for something you wear?
Clothes.
Clothes, Dan. Clothes. Well done, well done. Guys, with a little prompting from me, you've completed today's 100 humans. Well done. Flowers have perfume. They don't have cologne. True story. Well, flowers have a scent, we would say. All right. Well done, friends. Well done. Let's go through the list, shall we? I asked 100 humans to name a gift you buy for a romantic partner. In position number 7. Vacation. Unas vacaciones. In position number 6. Ropa, clothes. Not a good idea, I don't think. In position number 5. Dinner. Una cena. In position number 4. The most polite way to tell someone they stink. Perfume. In position number 3. Chocolate. 14 of 100 humans. In position number 2. Jewelry. 15 of 100 humans. And finally, in position number 1, with 27 people saying flores, flowers. Well done. Guys, thank you for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Do not forget to rate the podcast wherever you find it. Share it with your friends. It would mean the world. Guys, that's all from me for today. I'll see you again tomorrow for more madness. See you next time.